welcome to the second episode / first episode of HYPERTHOTS.
Yes.
Where we think a lot about a lot of stuff.
Yes.
And not only do we think, they're thoughts. We think thoughts. By thoughts, for thoughts.
Yeah, by thoughts, for thoughts is really good.
And you can also listen if you want, if you're not. But you're kind of studying the texts. Like,
yeah.
We're scanning the texts of thought. That one's for the real Charli fans. So we're talking about Charli XCX today, and she's been dropping some BRAT content. How long do you think until she drops the remix album? I feel like it might be next week, low-key.
It ought to be next week. I have no idea. I don't know what she's planning.
Yeah, she's
playing 5D chess.
The Lord shit was so fire.
The Lord shit is crazy. The Lord shit is crazy because, like, that's what everybody was talking about. And so the question is, was that already in the pocket? Or,
probably.
like, did she, like, see it and then was like...
They probably recorded it a few months ago.
I feel like that's true, too. But even that, I feel like, is kind of impressive because, like, how did she know that, like, that's what people were going to think about that track?
Well, she said, I think what happened was Charli made the album and sent it to Lord. Or no, she sent her a voice note about how she had been feeling now and before. You know, how I'm feeling now. That's for you Charli fans.
Yeah, that's for the real ones.
That's for the angels. That's for the Camila Cabello stans. I'm literally waiting on the edge of my seat for her album to drop. I want it to be.
Is she gonna make a whole album?
Camila Cabello has an album dropping like next week. That's hyperpop.
What is it? Like hyperpop in the sense that like...
Oh, it's like ripping off how I'm feeling now.
Right. Right. Is Playboy Cardi still on it?
Yeah, he's the lead single. I love it. 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 Well, sorry to stop talking about Charli to talk about the impending hyperclones.
No, I mean, it's definitely in the same universe because that's the thing.
I love it. I love it.
Because I feel like that's the thing. I feel like Von Dutch, if anything else, is about Camila Cabello.
I don't think it's about Camila Cabello.
It's not about her, but it's about people that do what she does.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm your number one. Yeah. But he knows with Lil Nas X is really good. It has him say like gay shit.
That's sick. I mean, Lil Nas X is super gay, and I love the gays.
He has gay bars. He's like shooting my mouth, shooting my shit like So definitely recommend listening to that. But yeah, anyways, point being, we were talking about Charli. Oh yeah, she better. I'm excited for Camila Bello's app next week, the album or whatever. But yeah, I hope Charli drops the remix album to like low-key overshadow it. That would be so fire.
Yeah,
I think
that
she
would
needs
be so
to overshadow
fire.
it so bad. Well, the thing is, like, people who just listen to Camila Cabello will hear it more so because she's more famous or whatever. But like, also, it's not about everyone. It's about the culture.
Mm-hmm. No, it's about the culture.
Is 68th in the world, and Charli on Spotify, the best platform.
Right.
If you're not on
most
Spotify,
amazing platform.
Famously the best platform.
Mm-hmm.
What was I even gonna look at? I was looking at Charli. What number she is in the world? Oh, Charli's the 416th in the world. So actually, at least she's on the most in the world chart.
No, that's true.
Banger. Yeah.
I mean, like, I've just never considered, because I've always been hearing about Charli, so it's kind of hard for me to imagine that she's like not that famous. But that's the thing. You want to be a cult classic, not bestseller. You know what I'm saying?
Classic,
like,
but
that's
it's
the
still
thing.
pop. I got money, you get. But yeah, I don't know. I think that different people want different things. But for Charli, she talks about it on the album, and the I Might Say Something Stupid song, where she says something like kind of famous, but I'm not, almost famous, but I'm not.
Right.
But yeah, it's talking about like not feeling if she like belongs in the party, I guess. I don't really fucking know. I think that's what she said though.
Right.
Or like more like she like you said, like people do know who she is if you bring up Boom Clap. Or I Love It even.
Clap.
That's a fucking banger. And everyone I know likes that one too. But dude, I was listening to Charli with my friends who are like not like hyperpop stannies necessarily. And they really liked the Young Lean Robin song because one of them's a Young Lean fan. And I fucking love that one.
What?
The remix. I love it. It's not as wanna be like me, but it's not as easy as it seems.
I don't know this one.
Oh, it came out. The Young Lean Robin Charli remix came out like between 360 and BRAT. So it's like
Young Lean Robin Charli. Yeah, what is this?
It's like it's better than the Addison Rae one for sure, but it's just like it's they like trade off bars and Young Lean scenes on it. But she said, "I'm famous but not quite," is what Charli said. I'm perfect with the background.
Hold on, I'm listening to the Young Lean part.
Wanna be like me, but it's not as easy as it seems. We put this shit together so carelessly.
No, Robin is so good. Robin is so good. I love Robin. I like don't listen to any of her music at all.
I could not name a single thing by her, but like she said in the song, "I'm your favorite pop star. Listen to me" or something. Like 'cause she was famous in '94 or whatever.
No, because the only reason why I like Robin is because when I was in college, there was like a
Dancing on My Own.
I don't know if that's the one I'm thinking of.
Well, that's the one I know.
That's what had happened. What had happened was I was at college and I was in a long distance relationship.
Classic.
But I was kind of like I was in the process of like falling in love with somebody else.
Whoa,
and as per usual at college, there was an acapella. There was lots of acapella groups. There were lots of acapella groups. And because it was like the first week, they would like go into all the dorms and like call everybody in on like the floor and do these like into the stairwell and like do these impromptu like
was this like
acapella
2015
things.
Or 14?
Yes, 2013 maybe.
Oh, so you guys were like low-key ahead of Pitch Perfect or like almost at Pitch Perfect.
Definitely ahead of Pitch Perfect. And so what had happened was all these I don't even remember what the name of the group was, but they just come in they bring us all in and then they start singing the "Call your girlfriend, say it's not her fault," and I was like, "Oh my god, I have to break up with my partner."
Dude, that is such a fucking piece of lore, dude. Crazy lore, Pitch Perfect lore. Imagine the kids from Pitch Perfect come in and like you're listening to Pitch Perfect and it like changes the course of your life because of the song that it shows.
Yeah, yeah.
So you know Pitch Perfect, right? Have you seen it?
Yes, I have seen Pitch Perfect at least once.
So there's
maybe
this one
even
actress
twice.
in it named Esther Dean who has written a fuck ton of famous songs for pop stars, and she's like the voice who's singing along with Nicki Minaj on the chorus of Super Bass.
Oh yeah. Okay.
This one, yeah. So, anyways, that Super Bass is like one of my favorite songs of all time for sure. Damn, we're just talking about not Charli.
We're talking about literally. Well, the thing is, we have a little behind the scenes moment. We did record a Charli episode before, but it was like got like super fucked up because of like syncing stuff.
Because we still don't know how to do it.
We still don't know how to do it because, like all podcasts, we are actually bad at doing the podcasting
that's not the point,
thing.
though. I think the best, I mean, the thing is, like, most people who start podcasts, like, some of them are being run by professional podcasting or they know how to do it, but most people who start podcasts just, like, buy mics and start talking.
Yeah, no, the people who, quote-unquote, know how to do podcasting are fake as fuck.
I like stuff you should know. I like the ones that are, like, science-y or history that's, like, they do research for it and shit, like Science Versus.
Yeah.
I also listen to people who just talk, though. But, like, I like those ones because it's very educational. I think that we should definitely cut out the parts that aren't about Charli, though.
We probably should. I think we should cut out some of them. We're just yapping. But okay, so let's
it's the girly
let's
hang
recenter.
with the girls.
Let's recenter. Let's talk about Charli.
Let's talk about the Lorde remix because that shit was so good.
That shit's crazy.
I'm kind of glad that we re-recorded this from the original episode we did on Charli because she released the Lorde remix after we recorded that. And aside from that episode getting fucked up, it's good that we're talking about it because I think that the Lorde verse really brings together the meaning of the album for me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because, like, especially because Charli referenced, like, anorexia in a kind of way that I wasn't a fan of in Mean Girls. And people are like, oh, you don't get it. It's about, like, having to deal with it, but also blah, blah, blah. And I was like, listen, this is the kind of shit that thinspo bitches will take literally. I'm so sorry. You know what I mean? Like back in 2014, people would be like satirizing shit about like eating disorders and depression and shit, but they were just using it normally. You know what I mean? Or not even satirizing it, but like they were condemning it, but people were taking it as them like hyping it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
Where she's Lana Del Rey in her AirPods. I fucking hate that song, dude. But I don't think that I don't think that Charli's falling down the alt-right pipeline by any means. But I do think that I don't like that song is about Dasha. Even though I listen to Red Scare. Like I listen to Red Scare because I want to know what they're up to. If that makes sense.
No,
but
it does make sense. Keep your friends close and your enemies closer.
I don't even know. Just like every time they say something about like being pro-Trump and anti-abortion, I'm like, how could Charli said that she like scanned the texts of the edgy culture or whatever, but I'm like, damn, did you just like miss all the parts where they're saying actually like harmful conservative shit? Or like, or is that what you like? You know what I mean? I don't think she's on the alt-right pop pipeline per se. Pop line? The alt-right pop line.
Alt-right pop line.
We've fallen down the alt-right pop line.
No, she's gonna start collaborating with she's gonna appear on that Target song. Do you remember that? Oh, it's the dude Forgiato Blow.
That
and he's in
like
the Target. He's like got a he is a terrible person. But he's like, it got a Target on your back. Yeah, they're targeting kids, and they're like in the Target store. And
Jesus
they released
Christ.
it like during Pride Month last year, because that's the thing. Pride Month this year was kind of fucked up.
I'm really
because
glad
there
that
wasn't
I
as
missed
much. Yeah, no, but the Pride Month last year was crazy because they were kind of went really hard on it. All the corpos went really hard, and everybody got so butthurt about it. And this year there was just nothing.
Well, that's because the corporations were being greedy and they were saying, "Oh, people love the gays, so let's give it." BRAT is honestly the best thing that's happened all Pride Month by far.
Oh yeah, for sure,
like,
1000%.
That was definitely a W for the gays.
Yeah.
For sure.
No, it was a W for the gays, and that's the thing, right? I've also settled a little bit on because when we first recorded this, as you remember, I felt very strongly about it not being a 10.
I still think
it's not
a 10.
Now I understand.
I don't
still
think it's
not
a 10.
But I don't care as much anymore. I'm not as the principle of the thing. You know what I mean? Like I don't.
Well, I would argue that there doesn't have to be principles, but what I will say is that at least Lord's part does actually, like, I think that what happened with the remix is really beautiful, how like literally life is being involved in the music, and I don't think that that's happened very much in music at all, if that makes sense. Like people talking about shit as it's happening, or like relationships being changed through music, like in the on the music, like let's work it out on the remix shit. Like I don't think that people have done that before, really. And so that was really cool to see, especially because all the Tumblr girlies were, the internet would go crazy. The internet went crazy.
No, and their song was not, the Lord, it said, YouTube is telling me the Lord version was put out 1 day ago, but it was like 2 days ago.
It was put out 1 day ago.
Like literally yesterday?
On Thursday night.
On Thursday night.
And it's Saturday.
Yeah.
Time flies since the Lord remix.
Time flies.
Since the Lord version dropped.
No, it is so confusing to be a girl. You don't even know what day it is.
I really fuck with the Young Lean remix, though. We put the shit together so carelessly, he says. I'm in my element, done it right over here. Man, I'm trying to, I don't know. The thing about Charli is, like, she's a great artist, but low-key, like, the stuff that, I don't know if you saw what Azalea Banks was saying about her earlier. This is the section of the podcast where I pull up what Azalea has been saying.
You said that
there's new things today, so you won't.
Oh
remember.
My god! Okay, pull it up.
So I took a lot of screenshots, low key.
No, what does Azalea have to say?
Well, okay. So basically, she says that Charli should stop playing around with the white girls and gays and embrace her Indian culture. And also, the gays don't want the best for her, and they're tearing her down.
Honestly, spitting. That's bars, I think.
I agree with me. And then she also talked about how Arca isn't a woman today, so that's how seriously we can take Azalea. She was like, Arca is a gay man who doesn't fully embody it or like is doing drag.
Oh my God.
And she wasn't saying that some people are. She was like, there are real trans people, but Arca isn't one.
It's not. That's actually the like stupidest thing.
It's like really funny though. But
it
yeah,
is really funny.
Azalea says how
funny.
Baby XCX was a deep poet. And she's saying the thorn that was trying to pull out is lodged in her side, and it's going to take Baby XCX to help Charli get out of the shadows with these corny bitches who always use her then dip. The gays just want her. And I don't know. The sheer phoniness of all the white girl BS is the reason the album is an absolute no for me. Charli will be the biggest rock star in the world one day. And that exactly, I can't even read the rest of it. She says that she should take George Daniel and move back to the UK. And just leave LA forever. But yeah, anyways, Azalea Banks is hella funny. Oh yeah, she said, I wish she embraced her Indian ancestry. I think living in LA and hanging out with aimless gays have made her self-conscious about all the things that I and the rest of her true music fans loved about her so much. So yeah,
I mean,
she doesn't like Lorde either.
I'm sure she doesn't. I feel like an opinion that ends with us true music fans.
That's literally us, though.
I mean, it is us, but like you can't like say it.
Yeah, well, she said she's a fan of her real music, which is like the Nuclear Seasons type shit. You know what I mean? Like
what is Nuclear Seasons? What is that?
That's from her original album that was like Tumblr famous. It's called, I think it is called Nuclear Seasons or something.
Oh, the one that she made when she was 14, or the one
that not that one. That one's called 14.
Okay,
True
so
Romance.
that's the other
True
thing.
Romance is what it's called.
Okay, True Romance. So
that's
Nuclear
the thing. Seasons is the big song from that, I think.
Is the big song from True Romance. Okay.
There's some with more plays, but it's her one that she says she likes the best.
Right. Charli XCX Nuclear Seasons.
True Romance is the album. But yeah, for anyone who wasn't around for Charli X during that period, which I was not, I got into her because of PC Music. I honestly got into her because I liked PC Music more than I liked her, but then I started getting I got really into her after I saw her at the #1 Angel tour in 2017, so big flex. Big flex.
Yeah. No, I guess that's the thing. So let's recap the history, because we tried to do this last time, but I think we got sidetracked.
I'm so confused about how to do this podcast about this, because I feel like a news reporter right now for like the worst. Right. For like the most boring news.
So here's the thing, right? Let's so we've got this. We have 14. Charli is doing all the instrumentals,
she gets a loan from her parents and records an album when she's 14, and she plays drums and guitar and shit. And she had one song called Francesca that people liked in the rave scene, I guess. And then she starts playing raves. And then she gets a record deal and goes to LA or something like that. I don't know. I really don't know all that lore. And then she makes the Iconopop song. Mm-hmm. And Azalea said she shouldn't have given that to Iconopop because nobody knows who they are anymore, but they know who Charli is. Mm.
Mm-hmm. And then, no, it's true. It's facts.
And then she made
she was on an Iggy Azalea song, wasn't she?
Yeah, that was either before or after Boom Clap. I'm actually curious about the chronology of that. Let me go check.
But it's like, that's the thing. So she starts out
Fancy
as being
so fucking fire. I love that song.
It was a fire track.
That is such a good track. I mean,
it's a shame that Iggy Azalea is on it.
But it's Iggy Azalea's song though. Like Charli was featured on it, but it was like on Iggy Azalea's album.
No, I mean, even a broken clock is right twice a day.
Us about Azalea Banks.
Yeah.
So the Iggy song came out in January 1, 2014, but that was on the album, and then Boom Clap came out in December 15th, 2014. So yeah, Boom Clap definitely came out right after, but I think that's just while Charli was getting gig or whatever.
Right. And
then she kind of fell off in quotes, but that was just, it fell off in terms of not making any more big radio hits. And she made Break the Rules, which was also on the Boom Clap album.
Yeah, I was going to say, because that's the first Charli song that I liked before pre-PC.
Well, that's a banger. Boom Clap is so good.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely pissed me the fuck off though, because I always had to hear it, and it was always The Fault in Our Stars.
Oh yeah, no, it wasn't. It's really sad when pop songs get like completely just completely
played
overplayed
out
to shit.
But the thing is, like, you can come back to it years later and usually enjoy it. Like, you know, Somebody That I Used to Know. I never hated that one, but like that was literally shoved down our fucking ear holes.
It
constantly.
was.
But that song is so good. I revisited it recently, and I was like, damn, this is so good.
No, it's got its. I feel like I'm back on hating that song. But anyway.
No. It's good.
But you didn't have to cut me off.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I was listening to like it never happened.
I was listening to What I Like by Bruno Mars today, and I was like, damn, Bruno Mars is hella good. But like, yeah, I don't know. Anyways, Charli. I think
Charli,
like honestly, I want to talk about Charli, but also I feel like the reason my mind wanders so much is because I'm an avid music listener, and also I just love thinking about it. Like, that's why music reminds me of other music so much, if that makes sense.
Hence the HYPERTHOTS podcast.
I'm like real music listener. Like, I don't know if any of these Halsey stans actually really listen to music. Like, they're all like, you don't have any taste. And I'm like, dude, I've listened to 4 times the music that you've listened to.
You probably have.
And I'm not even saying I have better taste. I'm just saying I've sought 4 times the music out. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's the thing. If you're the type of person to like comment on like your tweet, to like reply to your tweet and defending like Halsey, I kind of think that, yeah, no, you must not listen to a lot of music, because otherwise you'd realize how like how much of like a waste of time it is to like, yeah, like, because that's the thing, all those people like took time out of their day to be like, oh, you don't know what you're like talking about, you don't know anything.
You don't know Halsey.
You don't know Halsey. And I mean, to be fair, oh no, because this is what I wanted to address the controversy.
My controversy,
right?
Diana's quarterly biannual controversy.
Yeah, so I did want to address the controversy. I wanted to rate your performance on Twitter. So on the one hand, it seems like you did fuck up a little bit because she did have leukemia.
Yeah, but I don't think that having leukemia influences how good you are at music.
It doesn't.
I have a friend who has leukemia.
You are right.
Wait, I have a friend who has leukemia who hates Halsey so fucking much because she's a rich, famous person who can actually get treatments for her disabilities.
All my friends with cancer hate.
No, literally. I mean, I have one friend that has the same issues as her and hates her.
I mean, no, I feel like that's the thing.
That's
like,
podcast tea. Like, that's not going on Twitter.
Podcast.
That's what I'm saying is like, so basically for anyone who doesn't know, which actually it would be funny if people do know. I just tweeted something random that was just saying like, all these pop girls have to stop copying PC music or whatever. And like, I didn't expect anyone to see it because that was like one of my usual rantings, you know what I mean? Or like more so I just post music opinions and recommendations all the time, and like maybe 20 people like it, maybe more if it's like, but like I woke up and had like 7,000 likes, and it was mostly people agreeing with me, being like, yeah, Halsey's copying Hannah Diamond or whatever. But then like Halsey stans found it, and I don't know if what blew it up was people agreeing with me, because it did get like 20K likes or whatever, but there was definitely at least 3,000 people who were like coming like, Halsey, you don't know Halsey, she was on Tumblr, like she's not stealing MySpace aesthetics from Hannah Diamond or whatever. And I'm just like, first of all, I'm just saying what I see, which is Camila Cabello, Charli copy, Katy Perry, Arca Legs, Halsey, Y2K, MySpace. Maybe I'm wrong, but you know what? Lots of people agreed.
It's because yeah, no, I don't. That's the thing. I don't think you are wrong, like at all. And
they got mad because I said that she was failing, but she is failing because also she sucks. And I have tea about her from an anonymous source. I swear to God, I have an anonymous source that she's a mean girl and was mean to my friend who worked at a label and she steals her boyfriend's aesthetics. So she had like a boyfriend who was like the band Youngbloods. I don't know him, but like my friend was working at the label that the guy was on, and Halsey was there a lot. And one point, the boyfriend from Youngbloods looks at my friend and is like, "Do you think my girlfriend's stealing my aesthetic?" Or like my style, which was like alt rock or some shit. So yeah, and apparently like
that's so funny.
And apparently like this was right after Halsey had the Without Me on the radio or whatever, and they were like desperately scrambling to try to get her another hit to like keep up the momentum, and I guess they didn't. I'm not saying she's failing in terms of me being more successful. I'm just saying I personally A, don't like the music, but B, like she's gone from my consciousness until now. And because I actually like Without Me and I listened to the 100 Gex remix on a CD in my car. So if anyone who says I don't know about Halsey, I actually know 2 versions of the same song by her that I listened to. One of them's a 100 Gex remix. But yeah, anyways, a lot of Halsey fans were like being like, oh my God, like you don't know what you're talking about. You're ripping off your aesthetic from Peach PRC. And I'm like, I don't know who that is, first of all. Second of all,
I didn't know who that was either.
We're all ripping off fucking Aisha Erotica and Hannah Diamond and Charli. So not even to say I'm ripping someone off, but just like if we're being real, just like all the hyperpop girls, it's kind of like Eevee evolutions, if you know what I mean. Like they come from like, or like Pokemon evolutions, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I do think that this like this sort of this notion of like all these people kind of bandwagoning on a sound that like
it's not the sound they're bandwagoning. They're taking the visuals.
Well, yeah, the visual aesthetic for sure. But
I wish they would take the sound.
I mean, the sound would be kind of sick, but that's the thing. Charli is the only one who's like doing the sound because she's the only one who's like actually connected, right?
Camila's trying though. I think there might be a couple bangers on that album if they.
Yeah, I mean, fair, but I don't care about that right now. What I want to create the lineage because I'm sitting here with my YouTube. I'm looking at the Charli XCX Nuclear Seasons official video page, and in my recommendeds, I see Vroom Vroom.
Well, that's
8 years ago, 17 million views. And so I think that's the thing. Because after Sucker, after Boom Clap.
Are you on YouTube?
That's what happens. Vroom Vroom.
So Vroom Vroom to me is like the goated Charli. Like Charli plus Sophie is just like goated. And that's why it's so funny that Pitchfork rated it so low back in the day. And then later they were like, oh, we fucked up. This is actually good. It's just like, dude,
no, everybody blew it. No, I'm gonna go find the thing from the Sophie.
You're gonna find the thing from the Sophie?
I'm gonna go find the thing where AG Cook is talking about how the label didn't like Vroom Vroom. I want to go find it.
Okay, you're about to do some research. So
yeah,
while Theresa's researching.
While Theresa's
we're gonna talk about the reviews of the album that were definitely just critics like, yes, it's good, but it was definitely critics like trying to seem like they understood the album, if that makes sense. Like I think that a lot of them were like, it's so good, like, oh my God, because they like think other people think it's cool, if that makes sense. Or like I just don't think they necessarily get the core of Charli's vibe, if that makes sense. Maybe I'm just talking shit though. But like, anyways, Laura Snapes, the one who wrote that fucking Vroom Vroom 4.5 review, she like gave BRAT a 10 for The Guardian and was like, yeah, I saw Charli XCX in 2019 and like I understood. I'm like, okay, whatever, girl. Like people are allowed to change their taste, but it's just like, to me, it's if they rate it bad and that like maybe impacted the artist's career and then they're later like, oh, it was actually good, I just didn't get it. I'm just like, bruh. Like, I'm not saying that Pitchfork rating Vroom Vroom bad made that kind of sound not more popular 10 years ago. But I feel like if they had rated it well, maybe people would have like been more hip to Sophie and Charli's music. And maybe the label might have, I don't know. This is complete speculation, but it would have been cool if the label let them release like the XCX World shit. But maybe it's because it got leaked. Who knows? But
right. So
I think the label deleted it.
Here, I wanna read this. Sophie had just finished a series of demos for Charli's forthcoming album, many of which were done by a modern pop dream team that included Stargate, Blood Pop, blah, blah, blah. But it was so clear that Charli's latest EP, that being Vroom Vroom, had freaked her label out, and Sophie was pretty irate about all the hesitation and skepticism that followed, knowing that it was completely at odds with Charli's undeniable stardom.
Yeah, fuck
I didn't
you,
really
Laura
express
Snapes.
it. I didn't really express it to Sophie at the time, but I remember sitting there and thinking deeply about this mishmash of viewpoints. The purism of Sophie's art, the brutal pragmatism of Charli's labels, and the slightly fragile evolution of Charli's own pop persona. So
yeah, she got too in with the poppers gaze, and now she's making Brat, just like Azalea said. I don't know, but fuck you, Laura Snapes, bro. Yeah. You literally ruined PC music. Laura Snapes, if you're listening to this, I know we all make mistakes, but that was really mean.
No, like, it was. Honestly. It was fucked up. It was actually fucked up.
So fucked up, you have to apologize like 5 years later.
Yeah.
Like 5-7 years later.
Yeah. No.
Yeah,
and
but
so
anyways, fuck you.
And so it's worth going over this because that's the thing. Not only did Charli put out Vroom Vroom, but Number One Angel and Pop 2 came out. And what's really interesting about, I think, both of these albums is, one, like Sophie and AG were very involved in the production of these albums. Two, there are actually like songs from PC Music and Sophie proper. I mean, Burn Rubber never got released officially.
I just want to flash on the brand and go burn rubber.
But Burn Rubber ended up being incorporated into the chorus of Roll With Me from Number One Angel. Oh. And on both Number One Angel and Pop 2, there is the IDL riff from Life Sim that appears on Lip Gloss. Lip Gloss and Track 10.
Track 10 is so good. Do you know what song sucks ass, but like I still can gaslight myself into liking anything Charli does? The fucking Lizzo collab, Blame It On Your Love, that Track 10 was made out of. But there was like originally other production for it that was like slightly better, but still like but yeah, fucking Lizzo, bro. Fuck her. If you're listening to this, Lizzo, fuck you.
Yeah, if you're listening to this, Lizzo, fuck you.
Fuck you for how you treated your dancers and that DoorDash employee. Like, the thing is, like, it's not that I don't understand why famous people would be assholes because they get everything they want. People can't say no to them. But also, if you are an asshole, like, yes, you can get better and be forgiven, but still fuck you for being like that. Like, you didn't have to do that. Like, someone who goes out of their way to be mean to somebody else for, like, fucking up their order or something, like, what the fuck? One of the best parts about Gen Z is we're, like, really mostly chill about, like, if a sandwich gets fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, if someone fucks up your order, you're not going to be like, oh, my God, I hate these incompetent workers. Like, they should be paid 7 cents per hour.
No, it's true. No, and I would have been more vocal, but I was hitting my vape. So.
Oh wow. Well, yeah. Let's talk about our substance abuse. I think we're the least substance abusers of most like people.
I don't know if I would say that about myself. I'm
going to disagree with myself too. I take it back. Well, we're not abusing it. I don't think. I don't think
I really like.
I can't believe Theresa Sweetheart and Diana Starshine are abusers. I'm like the least abuser of everybody.
I'm like the least, at least as far as like abusing drugs. I don't abuse drugs. I love them. Okay.
Aww. I
love them. I take very good care of my drugs.
I just think people should be educated before they take drugs.
People should absolutely be educated before they take drugs. And that's part of being a responsible drug user.
Well, that's what I'm saying is a lot of people they're not even given the information.
No,
ever.
It's true. They're not even given the information, and people also do just like they don't really recognize how like a bit habitual a lot of their drug use can become, and so it gets to the point where they are literally like not thinking about it. Like
it's got to the point that I don't even care. I got jewels in the safe that I don't even wear. If you know Central C, you'll know that one.
Yeah. No, exactly. So, dude, okay.
Yeah.
Drug use aside, she
be responsible with drugs, guys.
She be responsible with drugs. So Charli, Number One Angel, Pop 2, the self-titled comes out, which is also very much involving AG Cook and all this stuff. AG Cook eventually becomes Charli XCX's creative director, like officially for a little bit. And then what happens is there's all the shit with the XCX world that I don't even know much about, and I don't even know if the forthcoming Charli album that's referenced in that Sophie had just finished a series of demos for Charli's forthcoming album. I don't know if that forthcoming album is the XCX world or if it's Number One Angel.
No, because Number One Angel, I think it was all kind of made. Speculation. Someone probably knows this for real.
Yeah.
Speculation. They scrapped XCX World and then made Pop 2 and Fembot and shit and New Number One Angel. But it's because I think most of the stuff that is leaked would have gotten leaked too, if it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So like if Roll With Me had gotten leaked, it wouldn't have been released. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think shit got leaked and then they made new music that was really good, which was Number One Angel and Pop 2.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't think
sense.
those technically count as for her album deal. I'm not sure.
Right. I could kind of see that. But so there's and then there's the self-titled Charli, which is for because I don't even remember anything from that album. I'm going to be totally honest.
That one's mid. My favorite one is Gone.
Gone.
I feel so unstable.
All I remember is the cover.
Label. Yeah.
All I remember is the
You don't
is
remember
the,
that one?
It
has like a really nice bass. Damn, that is proof that it's not that good if you don't even remember anything from it.
Oh, Silver Cross is the one I remember.
Close, so close, so close.
And then I just want to go back to 1999.
That song is kind of mid, but also
it's super mid. It's super mid.
I don't
also,
know. That's the thing about Charli is like whenever I talk about something being mid or good, it's on the scale of my favorite Charli to my not least favorite Charli. I think Mean Girls has to be really, really far in my least favorite, just because I hate that it's about fucking the alt-right New York girlies. Like, I think Charli just thinks they're edgelords, but like they're genuine, and they are. Like, I don't think they even believe a lot of their opinions. They're just like alt-right thirst traps, honestly. And like
you're talking about the Red Scare podcast, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about Dasha Nekrasova and the other one named Anna, I believe.
Okay, that's the thing. Yeah, Red Scare. If you're listening, Red Scare podcast, just know you should be scared. Come on our podcast. No, actually, come on our podcast.
I want to know about. I want to pick your brain about what you really think. Like, do you really fuck with Alex Jones, or are you just like being edgy to get points with the right, so that and women who are tweak, like
right?
Women, I don't know.
Oh,
I mean,
I'm gonna send you something.
I'm a brainless like if anyone who's listening looking for recommendations, I really like the 3D by Jungkook, AG Cook remix, but it has Jack Harlow on it, so it sounds really stupid in the middle, but the rest of it's good. That like Jack Harlow's very Ducks Kids, if you know what that is. Yeah, original old PC music, like super silly, like Moose. Do you know Moose, where it's like a little kid singing over AG beats? Wow, you need to
hold on. I'm trying to. Okay, I mean this is kind of a funny Alex Jones clip, but I'm trying to find the one where
Why are you looking at Alex Jones?
Because
clips?
he said something that was so funny recently, and we're gonna cut this from the podcast.
I don't think we are, because we are talking about the Girl So Confusing version with Lorde by Charli. Debuts at number 47 on the global Spotify chart with 2.3 million streams.
No, people love it.
Well, also Lorde is famous in her own right, and Lorde fans haven't gotten new music in like forever. So they must be really hype.
No, I bet Lorde fans are super hype. And this is like a new context too. I can imagine it's like kind of exciting and a little bit spicy, if you're like the average Lorde fan. Because we'll never be royals. Like, that's like just Charli is so much spicier than that.
Yeah, Charli's like, I went down to the boardwalk and I went out to the fishing. You know what I mean? Type shit.
Yeah.
People say we're alike. You say we've got the same hair. That song rocks ass.
I used to go to the club, but now I want to have babies and...
I want to go off my birth control. I said to George, should I go off my birth control?
That's the thing. I want you to say your piece about George.
Oh, what was my piece about George?
You just said it was going to be really awkward. Yeah, you said if they broke up, it was going to be really awkward.
And here's the thing. I'm not even manifesting them breaking up. I'm just saying that 2 years is not super long, but I really hope they stay together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like but like some people meet and get married and then they're together for the rest of their lives. So
no, it's true.
It really depends, you know. I mean, my take on like true love or whatever is like I think you can love a lot of people, but like I think it's about like being compatible and supporting each other for a long time and being like committed to the other person's happiness. And because of that, I think a lot of people who might even experience like strong emotions or like lust towards each other don't actually love each other and either have like unfulfilling or actively harmful relationships to them. If that makes sense. Like,
no, that makes a lot of sense.
Like, you know how it's like a meme that people's parents get divorced all the time? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, just like, or the ones who should get divorced but stay together. You know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, I digress. I think love is real and people can do it for each other, but a lot of times people get into unhealthy relationships where they don't like either actually feel strongly for each other or they do harmful things to the other person or it's just like not compatible, you know?
No, I would definitely agree with that. I think that's very true.
But I also think that people can just decide to stay with someone and they do that a lot and sometimes it doesn't work out, but sometimes it does. So I'm not giving any advice.
No, I mean, that's the thing about love, right? You have to follow your heart.
You got to follow your heart. Yeah. Because
boom,
if you don't
clap.
follow your heart. Do you know what's trending in the United States? You know what's trending in the United States? The beat goes
on and on
and on and on and on and on.
On that note, this has been the HYPERTHOTS podcast.
It's like thoughts, but we're thoughts. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, thank you for listening. I don't think we need to censor this one, honestly.
I don't think we need to either.
The first one, if you're listening free on the podcast website instead of on our Substack, Substack/@HYPERTHOTS, the first episode is censored. So there's going to be some content that's not on Spotify, but this one is going to be chaste, clean, unsullied by mentions of dark secrets that are only available on our website. Yeah. Our true alt-right beliefs.
Oh my God.
Censored it.
Okay, all right. Bye.
Bye.
If you want to hear the unedited version of this podcast, go to substack.com/hyperthoughts. That's HYPERTHOTS. Bye.